everyone, this is KAHEVA, all knowledge of the world, head, heart, and soul. So the reason why, I'm going to show you the document when Obama was in the White House back in 2009. And some of you guys might wonder, where are those documents from? It was the document released by the WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks. Leak. Okay, let's read the yellow highlighted part. I think Obama spent about $65,000 of the taxpayers' money flying in pizza and hot dogs from Chicago for a private party at the White House not long ago, like in 2009 when he was a president. Assume we are using the same channels? Just 3 lines of email, but this was released by the WikiLeaks. And talking about WikiLeaks, WikiLeaks have been releasing like not only this files, but also I will show you how the WikiLeaks website looks like. It exists, guys. It is not a WikiLeaks. You can go to WikiLeaks website. Surprising, right? This is the WikiLeaks website. Wow. Did you know? WikiLeaks. So this is the spelling and this is their logo. And this is the document they also released other than the Obama's like the Obama related email. They are talking this is the WikiLeaks released file. They actually like stole the file from the not stole the file. They revealed the FBI file. The WikiLeaks did that because they get some tips from the people from the FBI. And maybe some are whistleblowers, but they get those documents from all sorts of channels. Now I'm going to cut off the WikiLeaks website part because you guys already saw it. Yeah, there are also information. If you look at the website in the WikiLeaks, the release date was 2007. So this file was even released like even earlier than the Obama hot dog email. So they're talking. So this is the Federal Bureau of Investigation FBI's documents. This is their guide document for their Federal Bureau like FBI agents to when they investigate certain buildings, they should like follow this guide. So this FBI file is saying like if you see this kind of logos in a pizza restaurant or any kind of buildings, if you find out these logos, you should be suspicious about some PDF crimes being held in those buildings. So this first like triangle maze looking logo is shared between the PDF criminals as boy lover. And those logo in the right is a little boy lover, like this kind of logo. So the FBI, I think we can even say that the FBI quite confirmed that the PDFs, the people who consume the pizza and hot dogs, share their own coded words. So this is FBI granted. So when I'm showing you this email about the pizza and hot dog, they use the code words here too because the PDFs they are not using these code words not only to like hide away from the investigation, but they actually feel some kind of being superior to other normal people, which is so sick. So they ordered like 65,000 pizza and hot dog and say like, why would you like order pizza and hot dog? Like pizza or hot dog, you order it and in a couple of hours, if you don't eat it, it will turn cold and you can't eat it. It is no longer tasty. Like you can't. Like you should microwave what? It's no longer good. You can just order your pizza or a hot dog from Washington. You say the private party in White House because did you know, guys, like outside food is not allowed inside the White House. And there are the world top chefs in the White House. And why would you order the pizza and hot dog that is going to quickly turn cold and not edible from Chicago? And why, in the first place, $65,000 worth of pizza and hot dog? And I will express in the coded words girls, little girl children likes pizza. It's a coded word, I'm saying. The little boys, boy children like hot dogs. This is a coded sentence. And how much do you think pizza and hot dog cost? You say the price, and that's the price you pay. Basically starts from $10,000 for each pizza and each so sick hot dog. And it goes through the most expensive and most confidential transaction like worldwide. And now, by now, you will know what it means by pizza and hot dog. And in the previous video, the most recent the video, not the live stream, I mentioned the pizza party email, and some of you guys I saw in the comment section because the editing like it cut it out some of my voice. I couldn't. Some of you guys might not have heard the finishing words, so I will show this to you again to make it clear. I showed this email. This is from this Epstein file releasing email. Hi, Ben. Great game today. Wanted to check and see if you might be available for a pizza party. Pizza party, right? And the subject of this email was U9 Red Pizza Party. And when during the editing, when I explained about the U9, my voice was cut it off. So I'm going to repeat again to make it clear. U means under. Under. It's because the under, that pronunciation didn't really get exported quite well. So I'm repeating here again. So Epstein files. Let's go on a U9 red. Red refers to grape soda. You know what grape soda means, right? Grape soda. Okay, now we checked it. And I'm going to ask you, like, be honest. Okay, okay. We all love pizza. I'm not blaming that. I'm not saying that pizza is bad. Like, how many of you guys, after you became a grown up, I'm like, after like 25 or after 30 years of your age, how many times have you ever had a pizza party with your other grown up friends? How many times? Like, even though like you can have pizza for your dinner, you can have pizza for breakfast, lunch, you can have pizza for your night snack. But how many times have you ever had a pizza party as a grown up? Maybe let's say over 30 years old. Let's say you're over 30 years old. How many times did you have a pizza party and you talk about the pizza party? How you talk about how you are excited about having a pizza party, your grown up over 30 years old friends. And you cannot order more than 100 and 1,000 pizza at the same time. And you do not. Let's say, we do not order like that. And it is never possible to like deliver the pizza, 100 different pizza in the same place at once, getting delivered. It's never possible. And you're saying that Obama ordered $65,000 of pizza and hot dogs, not even from Washington, but from Chicago. Some of you guys said you're from Illinois, right? Chicago. Why? And for your information, Chicago is actually very well-known city for butchering. Butchering. Because like ordering like thousands of pizza in one place is impossible because in the first place, there is no pizza shop, pizza restaurant that can take those types of order, like ordering more than 100 different pies of pizza, whole pies of pizza. And the pizza, if the pizza goes cold, it is like you can't eat it. It becomes very hard. The cheese will become hard. It's hard to chew. The pizza must be hot. I mean, it's a common sense, and I should, yeah, you guys know, right? You order more than 100 pizza and hot dog, and you spread it out all over your like the dining table, it will quickly like become cold because you order from Chicago. It's like freezing cold, and you can't eat it. And if you like do the calculation based on the 2009's like pricing criteria, if we say like each pizza, like one like whole pizza was $10, it means that the white the pizza like 6,500 whole pizzas were delivered to the White House. They ordered like that. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I mean, let's say like whole pizza, maybe it was $20, it's a very generous, like taking into account $20, then still it's like over like more than almost like 3,000 whole pizzas. 3,000, even if we say the whole pizza is like $20, but it was 2009. So $20, maybe not, but if we say $20, 3,000 pizza to the White House, where outside food is not allowed. It is, you can Google it. Is outside food allowed in the White House? It is not. It is not. Mm, I know why. Oh, so one of the viewers saying, I know why they used pizza word. Pica, pica. Oh, are you Italian? Pica is on my language. Well, I'm not sure, maybe Italian. And pica is you know what. You know what? Okay. So it's never that Obama ordered a normal general pizza. $65,000. 65? And I will now give you explanation. I'm not just going to raise questions. Kaheva is connected with God's wisdom. Her eyes are opened and she sees many secrets of the human race. And I will now explain. I will now explain. I will, yeah. Now you understand that it makes total nonsense of you saying like 65,000 of pizza. Maybe White House, there are many employees, blah, blah, blah. But like 3,000 whole pizza delivered from Chicago to White House, never. So why do you think the same code words are also used as in Epstein files? The Epstein was the total management, like national, maybe global CEO of pizza, hot sausage, hot dog, and Adchrome. He was the total headquarter. He was in charge of all headquarters. He was the CEO, Jeffrey Epstein. And he tried to make a propaganda to the rich men and the men in power who are aging, who are getting old. And it is an officially proven fact that Epstein has invested a lot of amount of money to Harvard biological science, and he tried to like persuade those like rich men and men in power in a scientific way. So if you see like Epstein's emails, you will see that at first when Epstein tries to like seduce certain type of rich men and people, he do not always like directly say like let's join the pizza and red hot dog red pizza party. He didn't like go directly. At first he will act like, oh, are you interested in health, are you interested in anti-aging? I'm also a great, I made a lot of amount of donation to the Harvard Biological Science like Department University. I'm I'm very interested in anti-aging. I'm friend with Peter Attia. We saw Peter Attia, right? And I'm wondering, like, this guy, this Peter Attia guy, actually like resigned from his certain like positions in a broadcast company because Peter Attia was kind of a consultant. What broadcast company? Consultant for the broadcast company, and he resigned. I'm friend with Peter Attia. Epstein would say, I'm interested in health. Why don't you? You move on and move on. You can find out in Epstein's emails that he will recommend some like tablets like vitamin C, like magnesium, like take this pills, that pills. He will first begin with that. Are you interested in health? Take this, take this. And the rich man will say like, rich man or man in power would say like, oh, like I took the pill that you recommended, Epstein. I like that. Like that vitamin worked well. At first, they begin like this, slowly and slowly. And of course, those will work well. And they will now gain trust on Epstein. And they will move on to like, do you want a little bit stronger like portion? It is called the Adchrome. It is scientifically proven thing. Do you want to take it? And in this way, they will say, oh, do you know, like Trump took it. It's a fake propaganda, of course. Elon Musk took it. Also, another fake propaganda. Like, why don't you? You said the vitamins worked well. And I also recommend another thing in this way. He persuaded in scientific way. And that is one of the reason why those people were so easily seduced, because in the first place, they will always use other famous figures' name as a fake propaganda. Like he ate it and he became very young. He regained his youth. He's so energetic. You see that because he took this pill, this hot dog, pizza, and Adchrome that I, Epstein, recommended. This is the way how he did his sales. And this is the very basic principle in the sales theory, right? If you're in sales department, you know, right? He did that too. I recommend you. You know this guy, very famous, successful guy. He took this from from my recommendation. But I repeat again, Trump was not caught into that fake propaganda. He was not. But there is one person that I cannot reveal this person's name. This person took the Adchrome but didn't get the effect at all. At all. Because KAHEVA is not revealing his name because he now has repented. So I am not. It is not that I can't reveal his name. I am not going to reveal his name because he took the Adchrome, didn't experience a single effect on his body, and he at last repented. So we are not going to reveal his name. And I said in the email, you can see like, where did Obama order his pizza from? It is from the Chicago. The Chicago, I saw some of the viewers that you are from Chicago. Chicago, like it's a historical thing. It's a city of organizational crime. It is in a more like classic way. It's a city of gangsters. Okay, Chicago. It's an elite, not just organizational crime, elite organizational crime. A city of gangster city. And I already mentioned briefly in the beginning, why do you think they ordered the pizza not from, they would have famous, delicious, wonderful pizza shops in Washington, D.C. Why would they order it from Chicago? You read it, right? From Chicago, pizza and hot dogs from Chicago. Because Chicago is the city with the most developed butchering business, butchering industry, butcher, butcher. So at the time, like by now, other cities also have almost the same level of the butchering because the our technology has developed a lot. But once Chicago was one top for butchering business, butchering industry, and at the time, Chicago was a literal hell. And even until today, there is a secret organization in Chicago, secret organization, which makes and stores pizza and hot dogs. And KAHEVA does not try to spread conspiracy theories. Not it is not conspiracy theory. I am revealing the truth only to protect the children, and I am revealing the truth only following the fact, evidence, and historical fact, truth. And the world is actually built upon hell, and the world is built upon lies. Lies. If you think about this sentence over and over again, you will get it. The world is built upon lies. And the world is also built upon tombs, right? Because you visit, like, let's say you visit Seoul, South Korea. Like in the past, like Korea, we really like some 풍수지리. 풍수지리 means like we try to like gauge, we try to measure some feelings and energy of the like land before we build some buildings. Like in a quite scientific way, like the mountain should be here, the river should flowing over there, and this spot is the best spot scientifically, the best energy flows here, so let's build a building here, like that. It still works. And in the past, the best land was occupied by tomb in Korea in the past. And now on that same land now stands the very high end apartment and a very royal, what do you say, royal apartments or nice villas. So I'm saying the world is built upon hell. The world is built upon lies. The world is built upon tombs, literally tombs. So United States by far is the center of the entire world, and United States leads like the sexuality culture, the music, the food, and the culture of the United States leads the world's culture. Right. Nobody denies that. But the problem is that during Obama and Biden administration, the United States spread the crime against children. So that's the reason why KAHEVA is doing the PCYQ movement. You can visit the website, pcyq.org. Protect child youth from queer. And I talked about like Chicago, like butchering everything. And for some of you guys, like those like maybe you got each of the sentences that I told you, but maybe some of you guys might not even get the whole entire like overall meaning. So I to help your understanding, I'm going to show you a video right now. This is a video from a testimony, a hearing from this woman. Is her name is Tara Lee Rhodes.
My goal is to inspire action to safeguard the lives of migrant children, including the staggering 85,000 that are missing. I discovered that children are being trafficked through a sophisticated network that begins with recruiting in home country, smuggling to the U.S. border, and ends when ORR delivers a child to a sponsor. Some sponsors are criminals and traffickers and members of transnational criminal organizations. Some sponsors view children as commodities and assets to be used for earning income. This is why we are witnessing an explosion of labor trafficking.
Okay, you watched it, right? I showed you quite a long segment of her testimony. She was a whistleblower. She was working for the HHS department. Her name, you can type it like Tara Rhodes, Tara Lee Rhodes, Miss Rhodes. And she also talked about it, like the reason why President Trump is being harsh on immigration. We're talking about this over and over again, but I'm saying it again because it's not enough, not enough. What happened during the Obama and Biden administration is nothing but about spreading the culture that always alludes and refers to the crime against children. And that's the reason why what KAHEVA is doing the PCYQ movement. I told you, protect child youth from queer movement, protect child youth from queer PCYQ movement. And I hope many participation and help. And United States used to lead the world, specifically their Presbyterian lifestyle. Let's be honest. It is Presbyterian lifestyle. The United States Presbyterian lifestyle led the lifestyle of the world. Let's be honest, right? Family, children, right? It's Presbyterian lifestyle that led the world's lifestyle. It influenced South Korea. We thought it's very cool, to be honest, as a South Korean. Wow, they're family centered, children centered. And you know what? South Koreans, when we talk about the United States, we always like admire the United States specifically for the fact that you guys, Americans, are being super harsh on the PDFs. I mean, pedos, right? PDFs. We call it PDFs on the internet, right? Super harsh. Like, you are never going to be like forgiven. Like, Koreans say, like, do you know this? Like, in the United States, if you commit some PDF related crime and if you go to jail for that crime, even your jail like cellmate would try to like be harsh on that PDF criminal. Like, even among the criminals, that criminal will face another criminal in the cell. We kind of admire that. Wow, they are very children centered. Even in the cell, even in the jail, you will maybe get a second another like double punishment. But now, what happened now? But now the United States is now polluted by Moloch or Molech. You can use both words. I saw some of the comments. It goes by both names, Moloch, Moloch, or Molech. It both works. Depending on which document you want to stick to, you can use both. United States is now polluted by Moloch, and it is now spreading the polluted culture throughout the world. because South Korea used to get the influence from the United States. Like we admire the United States for being very harsh, super harsh on the child related crimes. But by now, see what's happening. Like we by now are quite very certain that child crimes took place according to the Epstein files. But what are we doing now? And it's nothing because, but the United States government, the White House, not just the politicians, famous American politicians and stars are now participating in the movement all together to pollute the entire world. That is, you're saying, what movement? You're being very vague. That movement is LGBTQ movement, or it can also be called as pepper cutting movement. The fundamental purpose of this movement, the LGBTQ movement's fundamental purpose, only seeking pleasure. We say like love, only seeking pleasure without love, only pleasure. Like your pleasure is number one, pleasure number one, no love. Of course, no love for children. Whatever that happens to children, your pleasure comes first, right? Oh, I will not be emotional. I always say this movement will the fundamental purpose of this LGBTQ movement is to make the children to not get the caring of the normal traditional mother and father and parents, to separate the children from the normal parents, normal separate the children from their mother and father. And the Obama and Biden administration, like they used the United States federal government to like spread this LGBTQ movement, and they supported the illegal immigration. And through this, so many children were supplied to Chicago. Let's read this email again. I think Obama spent about $65,000 of the taxpayers' money flying in Pizza hot dogs from Chicago. And I explained for like more than 10 hours. I feel like I talked about this more than 10 hours, how this can never make sense. Private party at the White House not long ago. Okay. And I read some of your comments. You said like, wow, these guys are polluting the things that the normal general people love. We love children. There are still many people who genuinely love children. And some of you guys, I saw the comment, pizza is a food liked by many people. And by now, if you say like, I love pizza in an interview, you will get some suspicions from others. So maybe by now, and at this moment, maybe refrain from saying you like pizza. I would recommend. This is not a joke because, yeah, it's not a joke because the PDFs and those people, the men in power, the famous stars, used to like talk in public. I like pizza. Maybe some of them, of course. Some of them would genuinely love pizza. They would study which cheese they use. This even sounds weird because of the current. But for some, they interviewed I Like Pizza to give the public message to other PDFs using the media outlet, boasting that I am one of you. This actually took place. So I'm always saying like, because like maybe you might also have seen this like email 65,000 and pizza and hot dogs, and at first you might think like, what's wrong with that? $65,000 of pizza and hot dogs, maybe more than like a lot of people working in the White House. Maybe they ordered also for the workers at the White House. Even taking into account all those factual situation, $65,000, even ordering it from Chicago to the White House. Not ordering from the many wonderful pizza places in DC. Why not? Because Chicago was a very famously well-known city, and it is still, because it had a very famous reputation in the past, which continues to this day as a butcher, like like a secret criminal organization, and it was well known for a butchering business. That's why you order it from Chicago. And it's still, I saw from the comments, KAHEVA is still going on. Of course, it has never stopped. It is still going on. There is still the secret criminal organization, but it is secret, which still supplies pizza and hot dogs. And I'm saying I'm using coded words. I told you, young little boys like pizza, and young little girls like hot dogs. I'm using coded words for certain reasons. I showed you this one also before, but one of the reason, like the federal, I showed you this one, the document released by the WikiLeaks. You see the logo. They leaked some documents of the FBI. This says, okay, let's read it. We didn't read this together, right? PDFs to include those who sexually abuse children as well as those who produce, distribute, trade child are using various types of identification logos or symbols to recognize one another. I told you they want to recognize one another. Let's say you go to Walmart and you see a guy with a logo that PDF people know as a vicious symbol logo. You want to recognize others in this specific sick SF people are using various types to recognize one another and distinguish their sexual preferences. I mean, the world is now very, very in a trouble because now we are living in a generation where people only look for their pleasure, but not love. Only pleasure. What is your sexual preferences? Only pleasure. I'm not saying we should ignore our pleasure totally, but the problem is that it is only pleasure, only, and without, completely without love that causes the sacrifice of young children. To specifically indicate the PDF's gender preference, members of the organization, so the FBI has actually admitted they have organization, okay? They are not just like sicko individuals who have a sicko preferences. Their PDF organizations want to recognize one another's. That's why they're using coded words. That's why they're using coded images. Encourage the use of descriptions such as this. I don't want to even read this. Read it by yourself. I zoomed in for you. These symbols have been etched into rings and formed into pendants and have also been found imprinted on coins. I'll show you the coins. This one. This is not coming from conspiracy theory website. And I'm keep on telling you, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not trying to spread conspiracy theory to anyone. I don't believe in conspiracy theory. That's not my thing. I'm just saying this based on the evidence, fact, truth to protect the children. And this is a document of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. The logo is a small blue spiral-shaped triangle surrounded by a larger triangle, whereby the small triangle represents, it sounds weird, but this is coming from your FBI. A small boy and the larger triangle represents an adult man. Huh. A variation of the B logo is the, I don't want to read this part, logo, which also embodies a small spiral-shaped triangle within a larger triangle. Triangle again. They love triangle. They love pizza. They love to use triangle pizza. However, the corners of the LB logo are rounded. So this means here, there's the meaning here, what they represent. Yeah. Today, I think we managed to finish it in our aimed time.